The new Lloyd Mr. Nissan is moving. We'll be temporarily relocating to the Big Blue Building on Highway 16 West, formerly known as Border City RV. And before we have to tediously move every single vehicle on the lot, we'd rather sell it. You can save today on our incredible Nissan lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Move a new or pre-owned vehicle to your driveway with deep discounts. The moving out sale is on now at the new Lloyd Mr. Nissan. The new Lloyd Mr. Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
I'm Kurt Price, the new Lloydminster Nissan, and we remind you that at the new Lloydminster Nissan right now, the moving sale is underway. Purchase a new car, truck, or SUV, and help us save some money by helping us save some time moving those vehicles. If you save us some time, we'll save you some money. The moving sale is on right now. The new Lloydminster Nissan moving out to the what is formerly known as Border City RV, the Big Blue Building on Highway 16 West. And we will be moving there at the end of this month. So help us out. We'll help you out with your new car, truck, or SUV, or your pre-owned car, truck, or SUV at the new Lloydminster Nissan. And right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, do not pay for 6 months OAC. Well, our guest today, and we have a lot of them, we have the cast of Lagooned here today. A group of people that call themselves the Motley Troup are on the show today, and they have 3 dinner theaters coming up at the end of the month. We're going to meet the cast members. We're going to find out about the play. We're going to find out about the name change. We're going to get all the details coming up here very shortly. Well, if you are faced with a cleanup from wind, a fire, or flood, or you're looking for help with mold or asbestos contamination or drug cleanup, you can call a local company. You can call BioClean Disaster Services. That will help you move quickly. They will help you get your life back to where it was before the disaster. Their focus is on taking care of you and your family. Yes, your possessions, your property are very important, and to get you there and to move quickly and do everything the right way is very important, and keeping you up to date along the way, that's what they like to do as well. And that's why you need to call BioClean Disaster Services. Yes, your property is important. Yes, your possessions are important, but they know the most important possession is your family. They'll take care of you. 1-833-246-8326. BioClean Disaster Services. Well, the 45th edition of Stockade Roundup is fully underway over at the Lloydminster Exhibition. A reminder that Thursday at noon, they will honor Ross and Eloise Coolidge with the Cattleman of the Year Award. 45 years for Stockade Roundup this year, and although they haven't seen them all, Kayleen Locke and Gord King told us there's been a lot of changes over the years. But how has it evolved even recently?
I would say animals for one thing. Animals were a lot shorter when they first started. If you go back in the archives and look at cattle from the 80s and 70s. And then we went for a period there where legs were a big thing. Like you had to have lots of legs under them. And going back and looking at some of those pictures compared to nowadays, it's kind of funny. You got this animal, it's got like 3.5 foot legs and no belly underneath it. But this day and age, at the bottom line, as a producer myself, we're looking for that weight because we're paid by the pound for this, and we need all that weight we can get on them, right? So it's changed tremendously. It's like you would have to actually go back in archives and look at pictures from back in the days of how things have changed, and you can see the trend patterns of what was hot for a while and then swindles off, and then this became hot for a while, and it's really neat to go back and look at that too every once in a while. So, but like she was saying before, the way we shave animals now and cut their hairs and everything like that and make them look fuller and everything like that has totally changed from when we first started.
Go to LloydX.com to see the tentative schedule, and remember, it is free and it is open to the public. Our friend and local author Frank Krulicki has a book signing coming up at Kohl's in the Lloyd Mall on Saturday. Frank, you may remember, was on our program talking about his graphic novel called House of Wonders. It's an 88-page graphic novel, and Frank will be at Kohl's on Saturday from 12 to 4. And so if you need your copy of the novel signed, or if you need a novel, I'm sure Frank will have them there at Kohl's. Stop by and say hi to Frank. Residents in Recovery is hosting a free interactive exhibit at the Black Box Theatre at Lakeland College, running November 7th through 11th. Tyler Lorenz is the director of Residents in Recovery. He told us what you can expect at the exhibit.
There is the real life stories of 5 different individuals, kind of walks you through their experiences, how they, what led them into, a life of addiction and where they're at now, right? And we're going to have some Residents Recovery residents that, will be on hand as well, and share their experience, with people that come through the exhibit. Really, what was their life like? Why did they fall into addiction? And I think, people would be really surprised that, this truly can happen to anybody. And same with mental health. I mean, addiction is just another mental health issue, and it really needs to be treated as a health issue. And I want people to really understand that, this is a treatable illness, right? And, the stigma is what is preventing individuals from getting help. And we really need to break that stigma down so that we don't have, addictions plaguing our community.
November 10th, Michael Landsberg is the keynote speaker for Addictions Don't Discriminate at the Vic Juba Theatre, and tickets for that are only $37.50 each, vicjubatheatre.ca. Superior Water is proud to provide you with the purest drinking water possible, and I drink it because I like the taste, and I believe it is superior to anyone else's water. I think it's the best water in Lloydminster, and at just $3 a jug, you get a consistent taste. And don't forget, the ice for the Crown Royal is just $2 a bag. They have 2 locations in Lloydminster. Visit them beside Sheepskin Loft on 57th Avenue. And if you need help, believe me, you won't have to ask. Or you can visit their coin-operated do-it-yourself location beside 7-Eleven just off Highway 17 South. At Superior Water, water is what they do, and they do it well. The cast of Lagooned, the Motley Troup, is next.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to support the communities we live in. When you support Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, you are supporting local nonprofits and initiatives. Since 2020, we have donated $60,000 to local nonprofits, youth sponsorships, and various special projects. When was the last time your insurance company did that?
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back. We're at the Lloydminster Legion today, branch number 39, with Remembrance Day coming up. It seems almost appropriate. And everybody's got their poppies on, and everybody is here from Motley Troup. What's the Motley Troup? Well, they are formerly known as House of Paws, and they're doing 3 dinner theaters out in Kitscotty again this year. We're going to find out all about the name change. We're going to find out all about the cast members, and we're going to have some fun with getting to know some of these people who are looking for you to support them, and some new charities this year too, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But let's start with Krista Mullally, because she was the one who kind of lined this thing up for us. And Krista, thanks for having us out. Thanks everybody for having us out, but really appreciate you giving some of your valuable time here, because there's not a lot of it. You guys get together once a week.
We do. So since the 6th of September, we have been rehearsing here at the Legion. Thank you to the Lloydminster Legion for providing us this space, which is awesome. And every Wednesday until performance night, we are committed to learning our lines and our songs and getting funny.
Okay.
Ooh, we gotta be funny.
Well, if you've seen the play before, you know that some of it is unscripted, right?
What? Why look at me? All of it's
Or
unscripted.
let's say a lot of the script changes.
Everyone's like, oh my
tonight.
god, I hate being on stage with Mel because she never says what she's supposed to. They can all attest to that.
I didn't know that. I've seen you in this play how many times, and I didn't know
Since
that.
2001 we've been doing it, and I think you have been with us. Ooh. I had that figured out once.
Yeah, I
What
didn't.
year do you think?
I wasn't popular enough to get asked in 2001, I don't think. I was still doing evenings and weekends. You're like, who's that guy?
Who is that guy? Were you here in 2001?
I was, yeah.
Oh God, sorry.
Yeah. I think I'd been fired once by then, actually.
You've been with us a long
True
time,
story.
and thank you for doing that.
Well, let's before we begin to get into what the play is about, like it matters, and
We can't tell you too much anyways.
and stuff like that. Let's meet the cast members. So I think we know this lady, but why don't you just tell us? Why don't we start with your name, how many years you've been associated with the dinner theater, and what character you're playing this year?
Ooh, okay. My name is Mel. I am, since 2001, one of the founders of the dinner theater, and my character.
So that's 23 years.
I know.
Yeah, this is 23rd year.
How do I look? 23.
Haven't aged a bit.
Eh? Oh, you neither. I can't really tell you my characters because
Oh, characters.
I am 2.
Okay.
Yes, I am 2. Most of us are 2, I do believe, because we had a lot of people we needed. We didn't have as many people, but some of the lines are small, so we just can play a couple characters. I can't tell you my people, because after watching this, we're going to be sold out, and then they're going to be like, oh, well, we know what Mel is, so I'm not telling you.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is Tammy. Well, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Tammy. I have been involved in the play since 2016. I was acting at the beginning for probably 4 years, and now I am backstage. Last year was my first year backstage, being one of the stage managers. And this is my second year bossing everyone around, telling them all what to do.
Did you get voluntold?
Absolutely. By this one.
Oh, I thought it was going to be this one.
Oh, no.
She doesn't listen to me.
I'm the auntie.
Yes, just the sister.
Yeah, back in 2016, I got voluntold. That was it. And then once you're in, you're in.
Okay, I'll get you to pass the mic here. And tell us who you are, Michelle, and... Sorry.
Keep going. My name is Michelle. I've been involved...
Michelle, what's your last name?
Syred. Just changed. We just talked about this. Yeah, got a last name change. I've been involved for a lot of years volunteering. Been in the cast for 5 years, I think, since about 2019. And I play 3 characters, and I'm also not going to tell you what they are.
3. Cool. Good luck keeping them straight. And this is?
My name's Alyssa Cowan. This is the first year I've done this. First month, really.
How did you get involved? Who got you into it?
My mother.
Oh!
Yeah, no, she told me that they needed a couple more people, and so I was like, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Are you going to tell us your character?
I'll keep it a secret. It's a smaller one, but it's going to be a secret as well.
How's it been working with these people?
It's been lots of fun. I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah. I'm hoping it continues.
Okay, I'll get you to... We know this lady, too.
Hi, I'm Sheila. And I got involved with this company about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Did somebody bow out or what?
Unfortunately, one of the cast members was killed. And Mel, yeah, unfortunately. And so Mel called me and I said, sure. So we've changed the character a little bit. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. And but it's been a lot of fun so far.
So you've been doing stuff with this play for a couple of years now.
Yeah, on a bit more of a musical scale, but it's kind of musical. And you'll have to find out what that means at the play.
Okay. We got another newbie here, right?
I am a newbie. My name is Kristen Davidson. First year in the play, longtime attendee of the play. Recruited myself into the play. I reached out and recruited myself, and they welcomed me with open arms. I play 2 characters in the play, and shall I follow suit and not reveal who my characters are?
I think that's becoming a trend, yeah. What have you done before? What have you done in the past? What's your resume look like?
As far as acting, nothing.
Really?
High school drama, which is 20 plus years ago now. So, yeah, that would be the extent of it.
You've been in high school 20 years?
Yes.
You don't look it.
Thank you.
Not at all. Yeah.
Not at all.
Now us, Mel.
I know.
But we've been out for a few more years than 22. Okay, over here we have...
I'm Ellie Drew, and I am backstage manager as well. I've been with the crew here for about 3 years, making props. This is how I started, just little stuff, a few little things, and then I was brought in to help out a little bit more. I tried a little wee tiny acting bit when we did it at the church live performance at one time. And that's not my cup of tea. I like being bossy backstage. That's my jive.
Some women, you just can't get it out of them.
I'm glad you didn't laugh when she said church and us in it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a different cast.
No, when we couldn't do it live, we did it live stream from the United Church.
That was
no
from the
fires
United Church.
happened, no nothing.
Right.
It was fantastic.
No lightning.
No lightning.
It was a hot night, though. Was it February?
It was. It was December.
Is it December?
January.
Oh, January.
Yeah,
We did it after
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and over here?
So I'm Courtney Stang, and I've been involved, I would say, since about 2018, off and on, more on than off, I would say. Long-time attendee. And yeah, this year is super funny and great songs. We are laughing so hard. And I will tell you one of my characters a little bit, because Taylor Swift is so big right now. My name is Sailor Swiftless, and that should give you a little clue into how smart I might be. So yeah.
Dating a football player too?
Maybe. That could be on my list. I might have a few.
So since 2018, is this one of your favorites? One of your favorite?
You know, I would have to say, yeah. Like, we are all clicking, and it's funny, and the music is great, and yeah, it's been a really great vibe. Yeah, I'm excited.
Mel, you guys never had trouble clicking, have you? Like,
No, we've had
this
amazing, right from the, honest to God, from the get-go. From the get-go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when Chad Cunningham was involved. That's who was the first to ask me.
Yeah.
To do it.
I wish
It was way back then.
I did know at one time what year that you started.
I think it was 2002. You were still in
Marshall, because 2001 we were at the Legacy Center.
Yeah, I missed that one.
And then
Yeah.
2002, and I don't know what year Marshall built Kid Scotty built their hall.
Right.
That's when we moved.
Yeah.
Because Marshall, the Three Links, put the amazing big stage up for us and built it, and then we had it there, which was fantastic.
There was
2007, no.
2007, Tash, when we...
I was 2 years in Marshall, and then we were out in Kid Scotty.
Right.
There was something to be said for that Marshall Hall. Like, it was so tight in there and everything, but
Yeah, we loved it.
There was something to be said.
And we outgrew it,
Yeah.
sadly, and in the dead of winter, we'd have to run over to the Little Legion through the cold and snow, in your costume, go to the bathroom, and then back through the snow. We had a path shoveled. One year we had an outhouse with a heater in it, right out the door. Because when you're in costume, you can't spoil the surprise by, showing yourself, so.
Right.
Anyways.
Oh, yeah, those were good times.
They were great
It would get
times.
hot in that theater, too, that hall. It gets so hot in there. Okay, and next up.
My name is Brock Bargan, and this is my second year. And I got sucked in by my wife over here. They needed some help last year, so I came in and they gave me 2 parts, and I got 2 parts again this year.
So when you did it last year, how much did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, very, very much so. It was very enjoyable. It's kind of like our date night, so you kind of get away from the kids and just have a bit of fun and hang out with some adults. So.
So she didn't have to beg you to do it this year like she did last year?
No, she didn't. No. I considered whether I should, but yeah. The whole date night thing, I can't give that up, so.
Yeah.
See that laugh, hey? That's the best.
Cheapest date night ever, too, so.
To do one of his voices.
What?
Give us a little bit. Give us a little bit. One of your characters. One of your voices.
Can you give us one of your character voices?
Well, that would give it away.
You can do it from last year.
Something else.
What do you want me to say, Krista?
Bad vibes.
Yes, I'm part of the Navy, and I do get bad vibes, so. Impromptu engineer, so. Bad vibes. What, you want me to go? You want me to give it all out?
Don't give too much away. Yeah. Okay, next up.
The funniest part about us getting Brock to come is that we brought him in because we needed more men and then made him be a woman.
I'm remembering this, yes.
Yeah. I'm Stephanie Bargan. I've been part of the play since 2016. I took a year off to have a baby. And yeah, big fan before that. We would come out for our Christmas parties.
What do you think of this year's play?
Yeah, I really like it. Lots of good music. I feel like there are lots of characters that are really well developed. Yeah, so I think it'll be entertaining.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Just do that. I go last.
Saving the best for last.
Okay, well, I'm Lexi Burst. This is my first year involved in this.
Okay, who got you involved?
My mom did. She's not here right now. She's at home sick. But yeah, she did it last year. And then I was just like, hey, Mom, can I join this year? Because I want to do something with my time. So here I am.
What's your acting experience?
I took drama in high school and in university.
I'm taking it you haven't been out of high school for 20 years.
No. I have not.
Okay, and how are you getting along with all these people?
Oh, I think it's really good. I'm not too upset to leave my house and come out because I know we're going to get some good laughs in and goof around on the stage when it's not our turn to say our lines and add little funny things on the side that we just love to do. And yeah, it's a good time.
I almost hear your character drawl there. Almost.
Mel, how do you recruit people?
How?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I'm hearing a lot of people that just, hey, I knew somebody who was doing this. Is that the majority of people?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. We go from, whoever was in the play, like say for next year, we will get a hold of this crew first. If someone, for instance, can't, or we need a larger crew, then we throw it out to our cast members. Like Kristen said last year, she approached me at the dinner theater and says, hey, I want to be in your play. And we're like, well, then you need to get a hold of us in September, before September. And she did, and
Here she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always thought it was real that if your phone rang, you were in the play.
Oh.
Like, that was the most terrifying thing. I think a lot of people are like, oh, like, I remember sometimes. I remember a few times where it rang.
Whose phone rang?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was a lot of people thought, like, shut it completely off, just in case. Where were we?
We got Cam over there.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I guess I'm Cameron Drever. How many plays have I done? 4, 5 now?
Yeah.
Not even sure. It's a great time. I got into this when there was like a lot of traffic at my neighbor's house. And I wandered into the garage and wandered into a rehearsal one night. So great times. It's been great times ever since.
Okay, you wander in, and how do they just...
Ask him who his neighbor is.
Who's your neighbor?
Oh, well, my neighbor was Jamie Olin.
Oh, okay.
Who was in the play for many, many, many years.
Yes, yep.
And yeah, great people. It was instant invitation and wonderful people that just invited me right in.
So you just walk in and they're like, here's a script.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what's going on around here? And they're like, well, we're just, raising money for charities. And I'm like, what? Cool.
Awesome. Who's next?
And he's a great singer too, Cam.
Great singer, yes.
Oh, we might have to get him to give us a sample.
Ben Klatt. I started with this. Tasha asked me to come back and help run the sound. Basically pushing a button on a laptop to start the songs, which was great. I could watch from the backstage and hang with everybody. And then 2 years later, I was sat in just in the reading, and Gail said, "Why don't you just read this part, just because we don't have enough people here, just so someone's filling it in." And next thing you know, I was on the stage for 10 years now, I think.
You have played some memorable characters. How does that compare with? How do your characters compare with this year?
Everyone's been different. I don't know. It's a good question. This one's kind of a little more laid back, and at the most part, and there's a few stressful parts in there, and you'll see. But,
why do I remember your character so vividly? Is it because of your voice?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
It must be. Okay, and up next, I think we know this lady too.
Save the best for last. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Tasha Klatt, and I've been in the dinner theater since 2005. I missed 2 years, one where I had to have major surgery, and the other one where the second major surgery, or the first major surgery, was a small little boy. So, yeah, those were forced layoffs where I wasn't allowed to come. So, but yeah, other than that, it's very addictive to get into the dinner theater. You think about it and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it this year. And then you're just like, I can't not come because I need to know what everybody else is doing. And the practices are really the best because it's so funny to laugh at ourselves. I mean, with ourselves. Like, I don't laugh at people, I laugh with them. But yeah, so that's awesome.
Tasha, how many times you broke character on doing this?
I never break character, Kurt. Come on. I am always... Well, okay, so I had a really bad one where, if you remember, Penny was in the play, and there was two. There was two where I had a problem. There was one where I was a geisha, and I had this very long spiel that I had to say, and I said my thing, and someone in the audience yelled out at the end of my accented speech, "Love you long time," and I was just like, "Why, God." I'm in the middle of this, and it totally. I was lost for a second. Luckily, I was on stage with Jamie, who's my brother, and how I got into the dinner theater was Jamie, and I was just like, and he just started kind of talking back to this woman, and then I picked myself back up and we got back on stage. But at that time I was just like, what the heck? And then when you have a huge monologue where it's all just you gotta hit it all at once or you forget where you are. And then another one, I had another big long by myself monologue, and Penny was in the back doing stuff, not talking, but
Was she in the mirror then?
Yes.
Was she in the mirror?
She was in the mirror, but
Yes.
then she was going to the bathroom, pretending and wiping herself and doing it. And the audience was just laughing so loud at Penny, and I was like, come on, I am the important person. You're supposed to be listening to me. But yeah, no, so there's 2 times in that many years, but they were fabulous reasons to break character. But they were, yeah.
I remember that geisha and how you shuffled too. I remember how you shuffled on the stage.
Yes, I even ordered that costume from Japan because I was like, I needed this, and then and I was like, it has to be authentic, and yeah. And then Lynn from the costume shop was like, I need to buy your costume. And I was like, no, get your own. So, yeah. Yeah, the geisha was a really fun one.
I remember laughing before you even said anything because you kind of shuffled on stage. You always seem to take a moment, too, to look at the crowd, to suck it, to kind of suck it all in, to take it all in.
I try to enter with purpose.
And she's remembering, trying to remember, what do we say first?
I may be trying to think about how my line starts, but I don't want you to know that.
Can anybody remember a time where they couldn't remember a line, it just wouldn't come?
Yes, a lot.
Yes.
That's now. I haven't acted in I don't know how many years, and I still have that nightmare. How do you get through that?
Well, it's super frightening. We have Krista prompting, and
As long as you look at me.
as long as we look at her, that's always been the rule since forever. Look at our director. She will mouth every word to the play.
And hand actions.
Hand
usually.
actions, and if you don't get it, hopefully someone on stage should know the lines around the scene and should be able to help you and prompt you. Sometimes that goes sideways because then everyone gets cracking up and we're not actually stay on script. But as long as you get the point across and get off so that the next scene can come on, hopefully they got their stuff organized.
One of my favorite parts about emceeing is when you remind me of this every year, Mel. You always say, tell people the more they laugh and the more they get into it, the more we get into it. You guys really do, more than any other group I've seen, really feed off the audience, don't you?
Yeah, you have to. Hey, you guys.
Yeah, it really amps you up. If the
totally
audience is excited and you can hear them clapping and getting ready to go at even before curtains open, you're like, yeah, we got this under control, and then you're more confident.
But we start in September, and so we've heard these lines a bazillion times, and there's some that we still crack up right till the performance day. Then the curtains open. You say something that you've said 10,000 times that we don't think is funny. It's part of the play, and the audience is like, bah! Kill themselves laughing, and you're in your head, what the hell? That's not funny. And then the stuff that we kill ourselves thinking we're so funny, they're like, meh. It's like, what? So it's just always a amazing, fun experience. And yeah, the more they drink, the funnier we are.
Yes,
and
that
then
helps.
they laugh, and then we get funnier. So it's win-win.
Okay, like I mentioned, the script changes because it does. Like you bring people in, sponsors. A lot of times, these people are, they're supporting you, and then you make fun of them, and it changes from night to night to night. And who comes up with it? Like you guys sit down and go, okay, this guy's here tonight. We're gonna do that.
We know who we have there every night, and if we love you and you are sponsoring us, you're gonna get bashed in the play. If we don't mention you, no, and I shouldn't say that because we have sponsorship tables, correct? Like you can't mention everyone that comes, but we have businesses that sponsor some of our stuff, and they spend a little bit more money. So we have all of our sponsorship tables, and those are the people we tend to mention, and then we all have friends in the audience that we like to.
Lagooned. I take it's kind of a Gilligan's Island sort of thing.
Sort of, yes. It is sort of a Gilligan's Island. It's got, so it might kind of start out that way, but there are probably 3 or 4 plot lines intertwined through the story. Like there are literally different groups of characters that are interacting that the audience will see, but the characters won't necessarily until something happens.
Okay, all
Yes.
right. Yeah,
So-
Mel, nobody say anything.
No.
Don't you dare say a word.
That's right.
We got Kurt Price here. We're going to sell these tickets, but don't talk to him.
Talk to him, just don't tell him nothing.
How are you doing today?
How did I get some out of you? Pick that microphone up. No.
Hands behind me. Can't pick it up.
You got a new name this year, Motley Troup. Tell us about the name change.
Okay, so I can certainly speak to that. So we had been the House of Paws most recently. We were our own not-for-profit fundraising organization, and we were raising money for a new building for an animal shelter here in Lloydminster. And we now have one. So we wanted to change our name to reflect more of who we are, being Motley, Troup, theater, and be able to reinvent ourselves in that way. We fully believe that that fundraising purpose for us was achieved, and so we've decided to move on with our new logo, our new name, and all sorts of other new stuff you're going to experience when you attend our performances.
Like a new song at the end?
Like a new song at the
Tell
end.
them what it is.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Like a new song at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, and you have it's a dinner theater this year. Of
course.
Can you tell us the menu at least?
No, can't tell you that either. But
I honest to God don't know.
I do. I will not tell you. I could, but I won't. But what I can tell you
Get
is
tickets.
that
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be awesome. You need to trust us. So all of our promotional materials are tropical looking. We know it's probably going to be dead cold November 30th, December 1st, December 2nd. So our play we're going to have all sorts of beautiful tropical props. Our setting is in the tropics, and our menu as well. We are looking for a way to incorporate through our decor and our menu and all sorts of stuff, kind of a tropical flair. So if you can't get away to go on a cruise or somewhere else, come to Kid Scotty.
Next best.
Just as good.
Just as good. Better, in fact.
And the food will have a tropical flair, is what you're saying. Okay. Now, new name, new charities. Tell us who you're raising funds for.
Yeah, so we actually went through a really a few different processes as we started gearing up this year. So Tammy and Ellie and I had met in August, so not a lot of lead time, but we made it happen to really talk about what we wanted to change this year. So we wanted to change the name. we wanted to change our fundraising purposes. And we wanted to do something different for casting this year because it is really hard to read a script and figure out who you want where. So we threw all of those three things back to our people and went to vote. The name was really, really close in terms of this or that. But we landed on the Motley Troup, and that's who we are. Our fundraising purposes this year. We have a lot of really incredible causes that our cast and crew support. And so it makes all of our posters have a lot of stuff on them because we actually have 4 different fundraising purposes this year. So we're raising money for the Laurie Craven Memorial Fund. We're also raising money for the breakfast programs here in Lloydminster, so the public school division, Catholic school division, but as well as Hillmond Community School and Kids Scotty, because that's where we are.
Okay.
We're also raising money for the street team that operates here in Lloydminster. They go out on Sundays and Thursdays and find our unhoused people in community and provide them with food and basic supplies. And then, of course, our 4th fundraising purpose is the Legion, the Lloydminster Legion. So they're great to us, and we really believe in all of the other causes and the work that they do. And so those are all the causes and organizations that we're raising money for this year. Now, the interesting thing about who we are as a fundraising organization is every single event that we put on, we get to change who we're raising money for or what we're raising money for. So this was really, again, just a group effort really coming together to land on these important causes to us.
So you guys get together for one night a week.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you guys here? Like
how late are we here? Oh, well.
Quite often until 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is a commitment. Like
Yeah.
like it is a real commitment. You guys must believe heavily in these causes to do it, but I know it's also a whole lot of fun doing it. And another big part of your guys' dinner theater is the songs. Everybody here has been so well trained in vocal ability.
Yes, we have, for sure. We're all very good singers, all of us.
And dancers.
Yes, we dance very good too.
Okay, but you might not have some professionals, but you do have some professionals. What have you learned from Mel over the years? Who wants to go?
Improvisation.
Just do it.
Improvisation.
Exactly.
Mel, do you ever listen to some of the people and just go, "Oh my goodness"?
Yeah, me.
No, because everyone has their strong suits, like holy crow. So
I don't know about
last
that.
year when Jim sang, I made Jim sing, right? And then I worked it into my thing. I'm like, oh, it made me cry, right? Because he knows he's a bad singer. He's tone deaf, and everyone laughs and loves it. They love when we're not. We all can't be good at stuff, and that's what I say. We're not professionals. Holy crow, we are meant to make people laugh, because the singing and the dancing and the acting and the forgetting the lines and the whole part and parcel is what makes it such a fun event.
Mel, 23 years, where's this play rank for you? Like,
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
geez.
You're looking at the laughs, and you guys are having so much fun.
Oh, this one has it's got great characters. Holy crowski. I
Remember the Western you guys did in Marshall?
Yeah, there's so many.
Like,
we
that
love
was
being
so
like
funny.
all Western and
Yeah.
slow, said bubblegum mo. Remember that one? You were my sister cousin. There's so many fun ones. This one is super fun. Yes,
Okay.
it is. It is. It's super fun.
What are we forgetting, Krista?
What are we forgetting? Well, where to buy tickets?
Yes, of course. You might not know anything about the play from tonight, but you should go up and get tickets.
Exactly.
Yes, tell us about the tickets.
Yeah, so we have performances. We have 3 performances. November 30th, December 1st, and December 2nd. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Doors open at 5. Tickets are $80 per person. I can't think of a better deal in town. So we have tables of 8. 8 times 8, $640 for a regular table, and that gets you an amazing performance, 2 different live musical acts, because we have the Prairie Dogs playing during intermission.
You have to come out and play during the intermission too?
Yeah.
You get paid double for that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to ask for triple this time.
Yes, good idea. We have One Cent Melon playing at the end of the night, but also during intermission, we have our games committee, Courtney, that it has going to have a whole bunch of fun stuff going on during our intermission. And again, that's part of our fundraising, so lots of really cool stuff. And we're doing that versus a silent auction this year. We thought, this is more fun.
Oh, okay. Okay, so no silent auction.
No silent auction, but we're going to have amazing raffle prizes for each and every one of the games.
Okay.
They were such a hit last year, we wanted to really ramp that up. So that's our regular tickets are available at that price, but we also have some really creative, I think, and cool sponsorship opportunities this year. So can you imagine coming in as a sponsor and getting, with your sponsorship, button line cards for the bar?
Oh, wow.
Hey?
Yeah.
How about that?
Button line cards.
Yeah.
Took me a second to realize what that was.
I know.
Button line.
Button line
cards, yeah.
for the bar. So we wanted to really create some fun ways to engage sponsors, to do things that, are a little bit out of the norm, because we are. We've also got opportunities for, we've got almost an ISG certified wine person.
Sommelier.
Almost sommelier, who's doing a wine pairing for some of our tables, which is really cool. We've also got an opportunity for a backstage sponsor. So you can have, during intermission, have some cast members come hang out with you, and then get a tour backstage and do photos and stuff after the show.
So how do you get a hold of you if you want to sponsor that?
So, Mel at Mel's Hair Shop.
Which is also where you get the tickets.
Which is also where you get the tickets. She is our linchpin for tickets, sponsorship, and everything else.
Okay.
So we also have, if you check us out, the Motley Troup on Facebook or Instagram. We've also got, you can contact us there, of course, and watch our social media for shout outs to our sponsors as they come online, and we're going to be doing some fun cast profiles and some other really cool stuff as well as we move through the next few short weeks, because today's November 1st.
Cast profiles that say nothing.
Hey, you know what? Do you watch the preview, the trailer before a movie?
Yes.
Do you? God, I hate that. Of course I do. It shows all the best parts, and then you go to the movie and you're like, okay, well, I already seen that in the trailer, right?
But actually, if you watch the trailer for Dumb and Dumber, let's say, like I remember years ago watching the trailer for Dumb and Dumber,
that's
going,
a long time
I don't want to see that movie, or there's other movies. But I'm just thinking of that one, but I don't want to see that. Like, it's totally bad. And then somebody goes and sees it, and they're like, "That was awesome! You got to go see it."
Best movie ever.
Yeah, and then you're looking at this stuff in the trailer going, that was pretty good. You're the only one who doesn't watch trailer. Does everybody else watch a trailer?
I do not watch trailers.
You don't watch trailers?
I watch trailers.
I love trailers.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, that's how I decide if I want to watch the movie.
I just say when they show the only best parts. That's why if we tell you what all of our fantastic characters are, then everyone's like, oh, okay, well, we're not going. So now they're like, oh my God, we gotta go. We gotta go see.
But you do.
Sheila just came on board 2 weeks ago. We gotta figure out what she's doing.
But you do have to go. It's something you have to see every year.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're missing out. Like your neighbors are gonna know, and they're gonna come back, and they're gonna go, "Oh, it was so much fun again."
Yeah.
this year."
Didn't you go every year? Yeah, I didn't go this year. Oh, sucks to be you because it was so amazing.
Yeah, like lots of people, it's their Christmas party.
It is absolutely. And last year we ran our performances a week later than this year. So this year has actually got us back to the original performance dates. Which is pretty darn cool.
The reason we went later last year is because our dear friend Laura from Remax, who has cooked the meal the amazing meal
Yep.
since 2001. She is now lives in the States and Mexico all of winter. So she came back a little bit later and said, okay, Mel, this is my last year. I'm retiring. And everyone's like, oh, what? What a lazy bones. She's only been doing it for this many years, donating
What a quitter.
all of their time. Nobody likes a quitter.
Yeah.
All of their time and energy. Like, it's been amazing. So this year we have a new caterer. I have no clue what we're getting served, but it's going to be amazing.
It is.
And fun. Delicious.
So tickets available for each night still?
Tickets are still available, yes.
Because I know you guys are going to sell out.
We will.
So grab them ASAP.
ASAP.
Are we forgetting anything? Does anybody else want to chime in before we wrap it up?
Mel's Hair Shop, 5201 48th Street, Lloydminster, Alberta. My phone number is 780-870-9222. I usually don't answer my phone. Leave me a message. Honest to God.
I'll attest to that.
I don't answer my phone. I'm like, I'm busy. And then I phone people back. So, yeah, or just pop on in and I'll get you some tickets.
Awesome. Okay, I think did we get everything in? Krista?
Anyone else have any parting?
You guys, anything crucial?
Parting words?
Michelle, I worked with you before. You usually can't shut you up. You got anything?
Krista, we should give a little thing about Rod.
Yeah.
We did lose a cast member, which was very sad to us.
We did. Back in August, I was at the Chuck Wagons in the beer gardens after the Chuck. What? I know, first time ever. And I was actually there with Linda and Nola, who are here tonight. They're two of our actors as well. And they introduced me to this fella named Rod Boutin. And we got chatting, had a couple beers, and he had mentioned that he was retiring from ATCO at the end of October. And laughingly, Linda and I both leaned on Nola and Rod and said, hey, you guys need to join the play. Linda and Nola are sisters. And we said to Rod, like, you're retiring, man. What are you going to do with all your time? They both said, absolutely forget it. And then they turned up to our first rehearsal. And it was really incredible to have, people that were absolutely just come and have a lot of fun with us. And tragically, Rod was killed in an accident Thanksgiving weekend. And it was really shocking, I think, certainly for all of us. It was very unexpected. He was a few weeks away from Freedom 55 and his retirement. And it really was really tough for us, I think, to figure out what our next step was with his character. Rod's character was in a lot of scenes. And in most of the scenes, in fact, we were writing him into more scenes as we were moving through. And I just remember our first rehearsal after we found out that Rod had been killed. It was really, really tough here that night, and nobody played his part. We just allowed for that space to be there, and Ellie and Tam and Auntie Maya and I and a few others had chatted about what to do and how do you fill a character halfway through your rehearsal time. And we decided to retire Rod's character with him and recreated a new character that would fit in with our play. And thankfully, Sheila has agreed to jump in and take on the new character.
You mentioned you changed the script a little bit. Like, do you guys rewrite the play? Like, do you take it and go?
Yeah. Well,
like
hey guys,
each year?
I can show you this. There's some rewrites in there.
We change characters. Everyone is totally. You can create your character however you'd like.
Well, how do you pick the play?
Oh well, Ellie, Tammy, and I. Ellie, you want to take this one, Tam? Nothing came to fisticuffs, but right? Almost.
I wasn't involved in the play that you're picking.
No. So Auntie Mai said that you guys just do it and surprise. And it is, I would say, between that and getting things printed, those are the two hardest things that I've faced since August. I think it is really, really hard to pick a play. You get your little excerpts online, and then you got to decide from that. Sometimes you'll get 6-8 pages, then you got to order them, get your preview, read them, and figure out, okay, does this story even make sense? Is this something we've done before? I haven't been involved for all these number of years, just since we had our live performance or live stream at the church that year when Gail retired.
Gail retired
When
after.
I also got voluntold. I said I hadn't read a play since 1995, but I Googled which was stage left and stage right. So
we still forget.
I knew that part. I knew that part after a little research. But it is probably one of the most challenging things because if you pick the wrong play, you hear about it, right? It's got to land on someone's head, and yeah. Like, this play sucks, and this is dumb, and this doesn't make sense. But Auntie Mai's absolutely right in saying that we all, every cast member here, with the support of Tammy and Ellie, and everyone chimes in on, hey, how about if you do this, or why don't you try this, or have you thought of new names for your character yet? Because if you haven't, you're gonna get called something anyway. So that is... Hey, Ben? Yeah. Yes, so listen up for Ben's different names as we move through. But it's really challenging. And, I always look to, have we ever done a zombie play before? Nope. Okay, I'm going to zone in on zombie plays. Can't find a good zombie play.
Giving it up now.
Is this a zombie play?
Probably.
Have we ever done a Gilligan play?
No, this one's different than anything we've done.
Yes, yes. So I always have to get that input. What about this? What about that? But her not being involved this year and actually reading through, it was really challenging. And I think it came down to the wire, really. But the day before our first rehearsal is when we finally landed on something. Hey, Ellie?
Yes, that's the most reading I've done since high school.
Yeah, exactly. You always have to think about, too, like, we have a finite number of folks, typically, and, we'll bring in some extras if we need to, which we do this year, for sure. We got quite a big cast this year. But you're always thinking about, okay, where am I going to put Spence? What is she going to do? And who's she going to be? And, knowing the little bit that I've worked with these folks for the last couple of years, you're thinking of that as you're reading through. But we also did kind of I think, the easiest possible way for anyone that's listening to this about how to cast characters in a play, your cast members, is let them pick. So we actually went through a really interesting process. Ellie was over at my house one night, and these guys all, at the end of our first night, we had a meeting because we had all this other business stuff to do. Everyone got a script at the end of the evening. We're told to go home and read the script in its entirety, which is a little bit different because that's
different, yeah.
Not usually what happens. And before the next week, the next rehearsal, the next Wednesday, by Monday at 6 o'clock we needed to know who they wanted to play. So Ellie and I were panicking a bit, sitting in my backyard thinking, okay, well, we've got a couple people have started to send in who they want to be, and then
Everybody wants to be the same person.
No, here's what was so fascinating about this is everybody self-casting this way. There was a couple of really cool things that happened. One is, as it was rolling through, all these names were coming in. Ellie and I were laughing because we're like, oh, Spence cast herself as herself. Or, you cast yourself as yourself. Now, what I mean by that is the characters that these guys cast themselves as are really, I think, really natural for them to play, which is a very cool starting place to be at because you're not starting from... That's right.
Mine's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. You're not starting from trying to learn a character that is totally foreign to you. There's a lot of elements from how everyone was cast.
Thanks.
You too. Yeah, I know.
Take that.
It is not meant as an insult whatsoever. So, and you'll see. And just the way, even Courtney, that you've been able to, like, you weren't starting from here, you were starting up here already.
Yeah,
to be able to build on your character, because sometimes if you cast people that they're like, oh, well, thanks, Krista, I didn't want to be that person, you can tell. You can tell, and you know, they're just not into it in the same way. And I don't think we have that anywhere this year throughout our entire cast. So it is a process I would definitely do again. It was the easiest thing ever. Hey, Ellie? Very.
Flow. There was a nice, easy flow to it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, you mentioned that, you know, I can just see you talking to everybody you meet. You should be in the play this year. You should be in the play this year. And then when they walk in, you're like, holy shit, they actually came.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Well, I know, I'm convincing at times, right?
Well, we have taken up a lot of your rehearsal time. So we appreciate you giving us some of your time. We wish you the best of luck, and we hope you'll go buy tickets to Lagooned at Mel's Hair Shop. And anything else? Anybody got anything?
No, thank you guys for coming.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. We'll be back with you Tuesday morning.